So after getting off the plane at Agadir airport and taking a coach, we get to the hotel that will be our home for the next week or so, the Riu Palace Tikida Agadir. This is a 5-star platinum hotel situated in Agadir with a sizable lobby, along with beautiful balcony and lounge areas that are a wonderful place to spend a relaxing evening. The hotel features a large pool area with numerous bars dotted around it. There are plenty of seating areas, so although I normally got there a little early to reserve a couple of sun loungers, the truth is that all week we never really had a problem trying to find somewhere to sit when we were having a morning or an afternoon session by the pool. The hotel has a sizable garden and has a number of on-site facilities, including a spa and even a small gym, if you feel like working off some of the breakfast you had earlier. Speaking of which, this is an all-inclusive hotel with sizable dining areas for breakfast, lunch and dinner. There's also a couple of separate restaurants on site that are fusion and Moroccan themed. Of course, drinks are also all-inclusive. There's plenty of cocktails, the soft drinks, but there's only one beer that they serve here, a lager called Souk El Had, which comes from the Brasseries et Glaciers Internationals, a microbrewery based in France. It's not bad. After a couple of these I really started to get a taste for it. Hotel staff were extremely friendly and helpful, although some of my favourite members of staff were probably the resident local rat catchers. The hotel is situated in an excellent location, as it is literally on the doorstep of the beach and promenade as well. Getting that sea breeze was very welcoming during those warm afternoons. So, let's come out of the hotel and go for a walk, where I can give you a bit of a history lesson. Agadir is a city along Morocco's southern Atlantic coast, in the foothills of the Anti-Atlas Mountains. It is a resort destination, well known for its golf courses, 5-star hotels, its wide crescent beach, which stretches out over 10 kilometres, and its fine seaside promenade lined with cafes, restaurants and bars. The promenade makes for a wonderful walk along the seafront, both during the day and on an evening. And there's even a McDonald's here, in case you've got the kids with you and that all-inclusive breakfast wasn't enough for them. Agadir was the premier sardine port in the world during the 1980s and still to this day has a sizable harbour, with numerous boat rides being offered to tourists, including a pirate ship. Agadir's climate has 340 days of sunshine per year, which allows for swimming all year round. The winter is warm and in summer, haze is common. Agadir's hilltop Kasbah was destroyed in an earthquake on the 29th of February 1960, but its original wall remains standing. 3 languages are spoken in the city: Tashilhit, Moroccan Arabic and French. The hill bears the inscription in Arabic, God, country king, which is illuminated at night, along with the walls of the Kasbah. Today we're going sightseeing, and what better way to see the sights of Agadir than by the new telephony cable cars at the Dania Land, le telepherique d'Agadir. This is something new for Agadir, built during the pandemic, and these cable cars will take you all the way up to the Kasbah and back for some amazing views, as you can actually see all the way around the city of Agadir. The return journey costs 80 dirham each, which is about £6.50, and children that are 3 years old and under will get to ride for free. This is only the beginning of a site which will eventually become a huge new theme park. It is scheduled to be opened for March 2023, so a lot of this might have changed by the time we come back to Agadir. The Kasbah of Agadir is a historical landmark that originally housed the old city of Agadir, much of which was affected by the earthquake that struck the city in 1960. The fort is located on the top of a mountain rising 236 metres above sea level in the north of the town of Agadir near the current port. The word Agadir actually means fort. Once at the Kasbah, we also made some new friends up there, not only of the scaly variety, but also of the hump-backed variety. Just call me Mabbers of Arabia.
I go with Camel in London. Walking out. Get ready.
One of the things that you have to do in Morocco is come to the market, and so today we are in the Souk El Had, the biggest market in Morocco's city of Agadir, and it is a popular place for both locals and tourists alike. It is a cavernous warehouse with about 13 different entrances. That's how big it is. And inside there are around 6,000 stalls, selling everything from spices, fruit and vegetables, through to clothes, perfume, carpets, pottery and electronics. There are plenty of local taxis around Agadir that will happily take you to the market and back. We found a driver who took us there for 50 dirham and came back to pick us up a few hours later. You can find pretty much anything you want in the souk. Tailors around the market can even alter garments or make them to your specifications. Prices are high by Moroccan standards, particularly for travellers who don't speak Arabic, but generally feel like a bargain compared to America or Europe. Some stores will allow for haggling, so don't be afraid to take advantage of this. It is part of the culture after all. So, welcome to CrocoParc Agadir, home to well over 300 crocodiles, along with various other reptiles and lizards that you'll be seeing later. A lot about the residents of this park, so I'm now going to regale you with some crocodile facts. Crocodiles are semi-aquatic creatures and alternate their time between being on dry land and being in the water. They do this because they need to constantly keep their body temperature under control, which is why they often keep their mouths open. Crocodiles like temperatures around 30 degrees Celsius, and if it gets too hot or too cold, they may actually die. Crocodiles are carnivorous animals, feeding mostly on fish, reptiles, birds and mammals, sometimes on mollusks and crustaceans, and occasionally on the odd guest that gets too close. I'm joking. Crocodiles are excellent swimmers. They stick their legs to the body and use their powerful tail to slip into the water. Their webbed hind feet allow them to stabilise, change direction or stop entirely whilst in the water. By comparison, they seem to drag along the ground when they're out of the water, but they can actually move very quickly when they want to, and even gallop over short distances, especially when it is feeding time. In the wild, crocodiles are under threat from having their eggs and newborns becoming prey to many predators. Birds, snakes, large fish and aquatic turtles will all make a meal out of their young. Less than 10% survive in the wild, but as you can see in the park, that number is significantly higher. And it's not just crocodiles that inhabit the park, they are also huge iguanas, snakes, lizards and giant turtles as well. This really is a brilliant wildlife park, well worth a visit if you are in Agadir. It's a wonderful way to spend the day. I recommend that you go on the tour with the guide and that you actually go in the afternoon, as this will be during the crocodiles' feeding time. Well, this is the fourth and final part of our holiday to Agadir. We have had an amazing time here. It's a beautiful, clean city, there's lots to do and see, and as a first-time visitor I found Morocco to be a country of politeness, generosity, security, and coexistence of all people and religions, at any time and any place. There is lots and lots of building work going on around Agadir at the moment. There are lots of things happening. There's the new theme park that I mentioned in a previous video. There are a number of new hotels being built. So it will be interesting to see what will have changed by the time we return to Morocco. So I hope that you've enjoyed this short video series of our time in Morocco. Chances are that I'll probably take these 4 separate shorter videos and edit them together into one larger video later on. If you come to Agadir, then do be sure to check out some of these places that we've been to on this series. If you have been to Agadir before and can think of somewhere that we haven't been to, do be sure to leave your suggestions in the comments, and we'll be sure to check those out next time we're here. So, thanks for watching this video, and indeed for watching this series. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time. Thank you very much.